Bro, why you keeping me off the screen? You want the limelight for yourself still?
Sometimes it's just not enough light, bro.
Bro, well I'm making room for myself this time, bro. I'm putting myself in the light, bro. You can't keep me out. I got on my Bloody Sunday t-shirt to remind people from which the fight we had and the fight we still have, and I'm coming on here today to be militant on the Fighter Share report. What you got to say about that? Too late.
Talk to the people.
It can stay in the 30s. I'm good with it. 20s, 30s, I'm good with it.
I mean, when you got that natural installation, bro, it's cool. I get it.
Real men come from the north. So we can deal with
Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. That sums it all up. Let's
we can deal with the cold.
I'm saying these names not because they're essentially the best fighters out there, which we can make a case for Shakur Stevenson, definitely. They just look that much better than whoever they fight.
I think he might want to keep this thing on the feet and stay any way possible. Stay away from that guillotine choke. He was squeezing Buddy's face in the last fight and put him out.
Come on, dog. Let's fight.
Welcome to the Fighter Share Report.
Seriously, dog? Come on, dog. Let's fight. I love that. I'm teaching her well. All right, so we got the UFC Vegas 20 this weekend. Yardine, whatever, Rosenstrike versus the other guy.
Cyril Gane.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, so, okay, clearly you're selling this fight short. So I guess I'll take lead on this because my partner is not prepared. Listen,
I am
this is
prepared.
going to be a good fight. This is going to be a good fight because we know who Rosenstrike is, right? We've been watching him for the past, year and a half now. Knockout artist, right? Pretty much can knock out anybody not named.
And got knocked out.
Who? Francis Ngannou. And guess who knocked, like you said, knocked out by Francis Ngannou. But this is the thing. I don't think people realize how good Cyril Gane is. I'm not saying he's a world beater, but if we watch him fight and he performs the way I've seen him perform, bro, this guy is a different type of heavyweight fighter. He's not as small as John Jones and won't move as quick, but he's definitely going to be quicker, a whole step quicker than anybody else in that division, bro. You got to check him out.
I just watched a fight again this morning with him and Junior Dos Santos. And he's got a lot of holes in his game, but he's got a good fight game. He's good striking, good movement. Not a boxer. He's definitely a striker. And for those of you who don't know the difference, boxers get hit less to deliver punches. Strikers eat it to hopefully deliver a more impactful punch. He's a good fighter. He is a good fighter. Do I think he'll ever win the UFC heavyweight crown? No. But he's a good fighter. I think he was afraid when he fought Francis Ngannou, and it showed. But Rosenstrike really is a good heavyweight. He's a really good heavyweight. For a striker, he's...
So wait, let me. Did I hear you say he was afraid when he fought Francis Ngannou?
Yeah, you heard me correctly. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. You could see it all over. He was afraid of that power. Because when he fought Junior Dos Santos, he didn't fear Dos Santos' power. He stood in the pocket. He moved, but he didn't really get out of the pocket. He wasn't afraid at all. He ate some good leather. But when he fought Francis, he stiffened up as soon as Francis came at him. It was like he didn't circle. He just kept backing up, hoping somebody would open the cage. It didn't happen.
Okay,
It didn't happen. No.
Touche.
But yeah, I mean, he's a good fighter. Right? He's a really, and I would say he's up there among the elite fighters. He's just not there. Unfortunately, there are two fighters, definitely two in the heavyweight division, that I don't think he'd have any shot at beating. One is John Jones, and the other is Stipe Miocic.
So who else is on this card, brothers? I think there were a couple other fights on this card that we were looking forward to.
Ask me that.
Because I know we're talking about Angela Hill on this card, right?
Yes, but she wasn't listed on my sheet, and I was upset about that.
Yeah, and because I knew we had found out about that last week, but it was another fight on the card. We were both like, you know what? That's going to be a sneaky good fight too.
It is. Let me get back to UFC. There were okay, on the main card, Pedro Munoz versus Jimmy Rivera.
Jimmy Rivera. I said I wanted to see Jimmy Rivera. I was definitely looking forward to seeing him again. Yeah.
And the other one that I'm seeing listed, I know there are more on here. Nikita Krylov versus Magomed Ankalaev, and I've seen Magomed fight. Very good.
Yeah, I like Jimmy Rivera. Got a great upside. Excuse me, very athletic kid. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him fight. I'll definitely be tuned in for that one. But yeah, the main event is where you want to be for that, folks. Rozenstruik versus Cyril Gane. It's gonna be interesting, but hey, that kid Cyril Gane has an interesting skill set. Like you said, Rozenstruik is a punch knockout artist.
Yeah. All right, boxing. It is a heavyweight weekend. We're gonna kind of go through some of these main events. On Friday, we saw Daniel Scardina versus Cesar Nunez. But Saturday, you got a slew of fights, man. And I use the country term slew. On the zone, you got Joseph Parker against Junior Fa.
Yeah, Junior Fa. That's gonna be a good fight. That's gonna be a slobber knocker. Listen, Junior Fa still, as far as I'm concerned, he still has a little way to go.
Yeah.
Joseph Parker got to hit the gas.
Yes.
You know, that law, granted, that was a shaky decision loss, but that loss set him back, bro. He needs more impressive wins. This heavyweight division is getting better. We're getting a little parity. This is going to be a big fight down under, so I'm trying to make sure I tune in and catch that.
He's very big, very athletic, good jab. I think Joseph Parker can rebound. You also have on Saturday, you have for the WBO Super Featherweight title, Carl Frampton versus Jamel Herring.
What?
Yes.
That fight is this weekend?
Yes, sir.
Oh, we are terrible.
Yes.
We are both firing each other only to rehire us right now. We've been reinstated back into our positions. How did we miss that fight, bro?
Okay. It's on BT Sports.
Yeah, of course it is. Carl Frampton, Jamel Herring. Listen, we're going to talk about, we'll give this fight tomorrow. We'll give all these fights their just due tomorrow, but that's going to be a real good fight. You got two live dogs in that one. I like that fight.
Please join us tomorrow. We're really going to dive into that fight.
Yeah.
The next you got Saul Alvarez. I think they call him Canelo versus Anvi Yildirim.
Yeah. Yildirim.
On the zone.
Yeah. Well, listen, this is another performance by Canelo, man. Y'all just tune in and enjoy it. I mean, if you got a couple dollars, throw them on Yildirim.
If you're in Miami, you don't have nothing else to do, go to the fight.
Yeah, pull up. Pull up. I mean,
they might let you in.
I mean, I know they would let me if I showed up with you, but I know you said you're not ready to go anywhere.
Yeah, they'll think I'm working the fight. They'll tell me, please deliver the drinks as soon as possible. Listen, and that's for the WBC WBA Super Middleweight title. Then we also have a vacant WBO Asia Pacific Cruiserweight title with Stephen Ward versus Kamkayev. Exactly. So that's again going to be that's on ESPN. Wow. Okay. We also have a super middleweight fight, Anthony Durrell versus Kyrone Davis. We were talking about that yesterday.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that fight, man. I'm excited to see what the little homie Kyrone do. I like Kyron's personality. I like his backstory. I like his passion about his music. I'm a fan of this kid. This is a tough fight for him, but we're gonna learn a lot more about Kyron than we will against Anthony Dirrell. Dog, as far as I'm concerned, is he ready to be put out? Is Old Yeller ready to be put down?
We'll see.
What you think, bro?
Okay. We're gonna see by round 3. Like I said, we're gonna know how this fight is gonna go. Dirrell's one of those dogs you're gonna have to shoot because he got a lot of dog in him, and he seems to show up when you don't think he will. So Kyron, be ready because we know you got a lot of upside, bro. You got a lot of upside, but you got a lot to lose in this fight. If you lose,
like I said, I mean,
if he loses
like
on the downward slope, that doesn't look good.
Oh man, he can be ready to fight when you say that. Anthony Dirrell takes what we say on podcasts personally. What matter if he pulled up on you over on the other side of town, show him what they're doing on the east side of the city. But more importantly, bro, I think that I need to find out why Kyron is taking this fight at 168. I'm still concerned about that, but I'm sure after the fight, Coach Brett and I'm sure Kyron will come back on the show and they'll let us in on that. Because like I said, he was at 54 and he started, went up to 60, but we saw how big he's naturally thick kid, naturally solidly built kid.
Mm-hmm.
But to make that leap with super middleweight so quick, must be something in the water over there in Delaware. I don't know.
Hey, it's right outside of Maryland. So yeah, there is. Listen, keep in mind, next Thursday, we're going to talk about this next week, but next Thursday on NBC, there is a fight. Next Thursday night on NBC, there is a fight. All right. I thought about this, and it's not really meanwhile. It's called, I should have changed it to Matchmaker. Who, if you had to fight, if you were able to get in the ring and fight any fight against any fighter out there, who would it be and why?
I see you really dug down in boxing creativity for this one. If I could fight any fighter, who would it be and why?
Mm-hmm.
And this is just, so I'm assuming this is boxing, right?
It could be MMA.
Who would I like to fight? I guess we're just going to play with all this hypothetical. I guess I'm a solidly trained fighter myself, and I'm getting in there with them. This is not me just fighting somebody right now, right? So,
yeah.
I would probably like to test myself against one of my GOATs, man. I would have liked to have gotten in there with Ray Leonard. I think Ray Leonard just brings you out of it. I think he just brings you out of it. And he does it with a lot of skill, but with a lot of will. So I think I would really just I would mix up Ray Leonard. He's on my Mount Rushmore, and I think as a fighter, he is who I would. He's someone's style I would like to emulate. I think he didn't get credit for being as smart as a boxer as he was for just being a pretty face but a vicious animal. Ray Leonard wasn't there to take your head off. He wasn't playing with you at all. So. But he's one of my GOATs. He's on my Mount Rushmore. So if I had to pick a guy that I could fight against, all things considered, it would be Ray Leonard.
Okay, mine would be Lennox Lewis. I had to really think long and hard about this one because it was a toss up between Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield. And it's funny because I think when I was boxing, I had the skill set to compete, if not beat, both of those guys with the right training. Obviously, I would have needed to be in much better shape, and I would have needed some more tweaks to my game. But I'm talking about the skill set. Just my natural fighting style would have matched up well against either one. Holyfield, we probably would have slugged 12 straight rounds. But the one thing against Lennox Lewis that people didn't do well, except Oliver McCall and Nassim Rahman, not many people went to the body on Lennox Lewis. They were afraid of that jab. He kept his jab low. He pumped his jab from a low angle, and people stood in front of him and tried to come in. what I thought Mike Tyson would have done, but then I understood that wasn't the same mentally focused Mike Tyson when he fought Lennox Lewis as a Mike Tyson would have been in the late 80s. I thought that Mike would have circled, would have used his bend at the knees a lot more, and been able to come up and work Lennox's body. Because Lennox used to leave his rib cage open. He kept a classic high right guard, low left guard. And when people would try to swing up at him, he was able to clip him with the jab and come across with the right hand and put him out. But what you saw Oliver McCall do was go in on his body and then come up with the left hook and put his lights out. Nassim Rahman broke him down and then was able to come up. When you got that right hand to drop, he didn't throw his right hand with power from a low angle. He threw his left jab with power from a low angle. Anytime he really knocked you out with that right hand, it was coming from here or somewhere where that point of that elbow was up around his chest level. That way he was really able to generate that torque without a lot of movement, and he was able to put people out. But if you could get him to drop that right hand, he didn't have the same torque throwing it from a low angle. I know some people say, man, that's petty. But in order to beat somebody, you got to really notice those details. And I think fighting him, I would have had a really good shot at winning back then.
No, that's dope, man. Yeah, Lennox Lewis, he gets enough credit, but not just enough.
Mm-hmm.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah. I had to get.
So yeah, I guess this is my time to rant on about something, but I got a toss up today. I got a softball, a proverbial alley-oop. Today is somebody's birthday. That person is Floyd Mayweather Jr. Happy birthday to the GOAT. Floyd turned 44 today, and in typical Floyd Mayweather fashion, he probably did something grandiose that I'm sure we'll all probably be seeing on social media very soon. But I think Floyd Mayweather just emulates what we all should strive to be. And that's just the best version of the best of whatever we thought we ever wanted to be. That's what Floyd Mayweather is. Floyd Mayweather never aspired to be nothing more than the very best version of himself, which is what he is right now. And I think we don't give him enough credit for that. Floyd Mayweather would be the same guy if he had $1 million. It would be scaled down different, but he would still be the same guy. Also doesn't get credit for someone that's just been a complete and utter master of self-discipline and hard work. The man doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, he lives a lavish lifestyle, and he rubs it in your face. I don't know how many people that can do that. Like get up at, he leave the nightclub and run home. I mean, and then he spends $1 gazillion on massages and people to cut his nails and rub his feet. But he's a walking and talking advertisement, and he knows it. Floyd Mayweather changed the way we had to promote boxing and changed when we looked at boxing because he was who he was at the right time as social media and boxing met in this intricate space. It was called 24/7 HBO. That was Floyd Mayweather riding around on a hover round or whatever that thing was called. Those were viral moments. He caught all of that. So Floyd Mayweather, happy birthday for being, I guess, the best version of you, which is who you are.
And he spends $1,000 a meal for his personal chef and $1,000 on a haircut for his personal barber. That's amazing to me. That's amazing to me. Good job on that, bro. Very good job. All right, so here we go. Let's see. I had a couple things I wanted to talk about, but this morning I started looking at CNN, and first thing that hit me was Tiger Woods was out of surgery. And I was like, what was he in surgery for? So I looked back, and he was in a horrific car accident on his way to a resort to play golf with Drew Brees and Herbert. Was it Justin Herbert, quarterback for the Chargers? Tiger Woods, really got not gonna say a bad rap, but Tiger Woods has not really been embraced by the black community in this country as much as he could have been. And a lot of it is by his own design. Remember when Tiger came out, Tiger told everybody on the Oprah Winfrey Show that his ethnicity or his race was Caucasian. Colored, black, and Asian. I don't know what the difference between colored and black is, but Oprah got him straight. Tiger, you are black. When you look in the mirror, you are black. Yes, you are playing golf, which is a predominantly white man's sport, and has been, but you are black. And you will find out that you are black the longer you play the sport. And there was a time when Tiger Woods was dominating everything. Any major tournament he was winning. He won 4 Masters, 2 in a row. And then the issue with his wife happened. And Tiger was reminded ever so gently that he was a black athlete. Then prayers out to Tiger, who has made a recovery, a rebound from his first deficiencies. And I pray that he comes back from this car accident with flying colors, even though his car was completely destroyed.
Yeah, I say, dang, not Tiger. I'm hoping his work. And you know what? He puts so much pressure on himself being a 18. It's just crazy, man.
Yeah. The youngest to win the Masters. And now his son's out there playing golf with him at 11 and doing well. But hopefully he will, because you can't say Tiger didn't have a smooth road into boxing. He did, because he was good. He was like the Barry Bonds of golf. He was just better than everybody else out there. And he has changed the game completely. And I don't think he'll ever get that credit for it. Because Jack Nicklaus, who said Tiger will probably win 10 Masters, has won 6, and he's still 2 ahead of Tiger. I think Tiger's won 4 or 5 now. He might have won 5, but he's still behind Jack. And in order for him to get the credit he deserves, he's going to have to find a way to get at least one more than Jack Nicklaus. Hey, shout out to Fighter Share Nation. Shout out to Samantha Clark Jones, who wished us a good morning. Good morning to you too. And as if y'all can still see, I'm in the palace. So I'm gonna turn it over to my brother, because I know he has some things that he wants to say, because he has his official Fighter Share hat on today.
Man, I'm gonna keep it. Appreciate everybody for rocking with us today, man. Make sure y'all step in with us tomorrow, same bad time, same bad place, a little less FOMO. We can talk about all those great facts. We just have to be on, corporate time on this program. Spread the love out there. It's crazy. Check in with your people. We'll see y'all tomorrow, same time. Fighter Share Nation. We out here. Peace.